He's holding the pillow like it's a dead thing, just standing there in the hallway with that ridiculous gold-trimmed one from the guest bed, blinking at me like he's the one caught. My first thought isn't even anger. It's, what the hell is she doing with my pillows? Okay, deep breath. Backtrack. 2 weeks ago, I opened my home to my son and his wife, my only son, Jude and Elena. They'd hit a rough patch. Tech layoffs, apartment lease up, no savings, don't get me started. So of course I said yes, of course. What else do you say when your child is standing in your doorway with his arm around a woman trying not to cry? But let me be clear about something. I didn't give them the guest room. I gave them the sewing room. There's a difference. The first week, it's all fake gratitude and tiptoeing. Jude keeps using that voice he used to use when he broke something and didn't want me to yell. "Thanks again, Mom," he'd say. "We'll be out of your hair soon." Meanwhile, God, she moves like she's trying not to make a dent in the air. She leaves her little slippers in a straight line by the stairs, wipes the sink dry after brushing her teeth, whisper sings to herself when she cooks, always some moody indie thing, soft and breathy like a sad witch. And I tried, I really did. I baked the banana bread she liked, showed her where I keep the good olive oil, didn't even flinch when she used sea salt instead of kosher. But I knew that quiet politeness was a holding pattern. It started with the thermostat. I come down one morning, still in my robe, eyes barely open, and the whole downstairs feels like a damn sauna. I check the thing. 74. 74 in September? I turn it back down to 68 and pretend not to notice the look Elena gives me over her coffee mug. Next day, back at 74. Back and forth like that for 3 days until I finally say, "We keep it at 68. Always have." She smiles, tight. "Oh, sorry, I get cold easily." Not "I'll leave it," not "I'll ask first," just cold easily, like her personal internal climate trumps a house rule that's been gospel since '93. I told Cecily, over lunch, turkey sandwiches at her kitchen table, potato chips in a bowl between us. "She's young," Cecily said, licking mayo off her thumb. "They do everything like they invented it." "She keeps moving things," I muttered. "Put the salad tongs in the wrong drawer, change the setting on the dishwasher." Cecily raised an eyebrow. "Maureen, don't turn into that kind of mother-in-law." I told her to shove it, playfully, kind of. But she just sipped her iced tea and said, "Watch your boundaries, babe, before you wind up screaming into a decorative pillow." The pillow. It was always part of the room. Cream silk, gold trim, little embroidered rose in the corner. Gerald hated it, said it looked like something from a funeral home. But I kept it, and the matching set, on that bed. It's not just a guest room. That room has rules. You fold the coverlet back neatly. You don't dump luggage on the armchair. You absolutely don't move the pillow. So when I walk past the open door and see it gone, I stop. I knock. Nothing. I step inside. There it is, the pillow, on the floor. Not dropped, placed. And not just the one, the others too. All of them, stacked in the corner like unwanted toys. I pick them up, one by one, smooth the fabric. There's a strand of curly hair stuck to one, dark brown. Elena's. Jude finds me like that, standing in the room, pillow in hand, staring at the bed like it insulted me. She likes it simple," he says. "No hello, no explanation, just that." I look at him. It's not her room. He shrugs, like it's not a big deal. "She sleeps here," he says. "I mean, she lives here now." No. That's not how this works. You stay, you don't live. The second week, she starts cooking dinner, not offering, just doing it. I come home from errands and the whole house smells like cumin and garlic and something else I can't place, sweet and spicy and not from my kitchen. She's got music on, loud, that same ghostly, sad witch playlist, and she's barefoot in my kitchen, chopping onions with my good knife. "Hey, Maureen," she says, like we're friends. "Hope you're hungry." Jude's sitting at the table, grading papers, pretending this is all normal. I don't say anything. I just go upstairs and shut the door. The sewing room door is open, pillows still gone, duvet rumpled. One of her bras is draped over the chair, bright red, lacy, right where Gerald's photo used to sit. I close the door harder than necessary. That night, I toss and turn, dream of my mother's hands, folding towels with corners that matched, of Gerald painting the baseboards in that room, fussing over the tape lines. This house has systems, it has memory, and she's in here like it's a hotel she's redecorating. "Maybe try seeing it as temporary," Cecily says. We're back at her kitchen table. Like, you're the Airbnb host. Smile, make small talk, don't get involved. I glare at her. "I'm not a host. This is my house." "Exactly," she says, popping a chip. "So act like it, but you don't gotta die on every hill." She's right. I know she's right. But the next morning, I come down and find my coffee maker missing. Elena's put in some sleek silver thing. "It's faster," she says cheerfully, "and doesn't burn the flavor." Like my Mr. Coffee is some medieval relic. I stare at it. It hisses at me. "Where's mine?" I ask. She blinks. "Oh, I put it under the counter." Under, like a spare pan. And then, last night, I was coming back from the laundry room. Hallway was dark, their door cracked open. I wasn't listening, I wasn't trying to hear, but I did. Her voice, low and tired and a little bitter. "I can't live like a guest in a museum forever." She said museum, like I'm some old curator dusting doilies. I laid awake half the night chewing that word over like gristle. Next morning, I start with the dishes. Now, listen, I know she washed them. I watched her after dinner, all smiles like she's the poster girl for domestic bliss weekly. But I wait until she goes upstairs and I do them again, my way, with real hot water. Not that lukewarm, eco-friendly drizzle she uses. And I stack 'em correctly. Bowls don't go on the top rack. And you don't put a serrated knife in the dishwasher. I swear I could have had a stroke looking at that. I don't say anything, just hum under my breath and rewash her effort right into the drain. She notices the next day. Of course she does. "Oh," she says, eyeing the cupboard. "Did I do the plates wrong?" I dry my hands slow. "No," I say. "I just like to be sure. The soap's been acting funny." She watches me for a beat too long, like she's deciding whether to poke the bear. She doesn't. Yet. The next thing she takes is the grocery list. It's subtle, almost slick. I always keep it on the side of the fridge, lined paper, magnet from that time Jude won the middle school spelling bee. There's a system. Milk in the top corner, produce in the margin, non-negotiables circled, the brands I trust. Hellmann's, not that off-brand mayo that tastes like regret. I go to add paper towels and it's gone. "Hey," I call toward the living room, "where's the list?" Elena looks up from her laptop. "Oh, I just grabbed it. I thought I'd do the shopping this week." "You don't have to." "I know, I want to. Save you the trip." I pause. "It's not a burden," I say, sharper than I meant. She nods like she's been expecting that exact reaction. Later, I open the fridge and it's like a foreign country. Oat milk in a glass bottle, no less. Spinach instead of iceberg. A jar of kimchi. Kimchi. I've got nothing against Koreans. I taught a lovely girl named Mina Lee in '03, but I don't need my refrigerator smelling like a fermented science experiment. And the eggs, I stare at them like a betrayal. Not brown, not cage-free, not even store brand. Farmer's market special, the carton says, with a hand-drawn chicken on it like it's a damn Etsy shop. I shut the fridge, then open it again just to double check. Yup, my butter's gone, replaced with some European block with sea salt flakes on top, like the French just strolled in and colonized my dairy shelf. Jude tries to be Switzerland, which is to say, he says nothing, smiles too much, and sneaks upstairs early. He used to be chatty. At dinner, in the car, even when he was little, especially when he was little, he'd talk until the air ran out. And now he's half a ghost. Avoids the room if it's just me and her in it, makes excuses like, I've got grading, or Elena and I were going to watch that thing. Once, I asked what the thing was. He blinked. It's a show. Helpful. Last Thursday, I was folding laundry in the den. My laundry. Mine. And I'm doing it the right way. Gerald's way, my mother's way, the way that makes the fitted sheet corners match like they're supposed to. And I'm down to the last pile when I see it. A sweater. Navy, cable knit, slightly frayed cuffs. Gerald's, folded neatly on top of a stack of Elena's leggings. I stopped breathing for a second because no. It was in the cedar chest. I packed it away myself after the funeral, along with his navy cap and the watch he wore when we got engaged and a stack of his favorite records he never let Jude touch. That sweater has no business being out. I go upstairs. Elena's in their room with the door half open. She's painting her toenails, legs crossed on the bed, some podcast playing in her earbuds. I knock. She pulls one bud out. Hey, everything okay? I hold the sweater like it's a used tissue. Where did you get this? She blinks. Oh, Jude found it in a box when we were getting the fan from the attic. I asked if I could wear it. He said it was okay. Of course he did. It's not just a sweater. She cocks her head, a little confused, a little defensive. I know. I didn't mean. Maureen, it still smelled like cedar. And him. It felt nice, comforting. I stare. Her nails are this burnt orange color, one smudged on the edge. She sighs and sets the brush down. Jude used to tell me stories, about your husband, about the boat trips, the car he rebuilt, the way he'd hum when he was nervous. I swallow. He hummed, I say, too quiet. Yeah, she says, mostly when he was fixing things. Jude said you never noticed, but he did. She says it gently, like she's offering a bone she dug up herself. I take the sweater and leave. That night, I don't sleep. I sit on the edge of my bed and listen to the house breathe. It's different now. The air, the footsteps, the quiet that used to feel sacred, it's crowded now, like I'm not the one it listens to anymore. I think about the first time I met Elena. She was wearing boots too big for her ankles and holding Jude's hand like it was a secret. She brought me flowers, lilies. I hate lilies. But I smiled, made chicken salad, used the good napkins. I even laughed when she told that story about her college roommate who brought a goose to class on a dare. I remember thinking, she'll grow out of it. That phase, the bigness, the trying too hard. She didn't. She just learned how to do it quieter, more politely. Like now, with her grocery list and her kimchi and her playlists and her careful apologies. She's not a guest. She's a replacement. This morning, I wait until they're both out. Jude's at work. Elena went to the gym, which is funny because she always says she hates gyms, but maybe she needs her own space too. I grabbed the attic key from the hall drawer. It's small and brass and still has a tag on it that says Maureen's Do Not Lose in Gerald's handwriting. I turn it in my hand a few times before I go up. It smells like old wood and old paper and that mix of summer heat and boxed up memory. I open the cedar chest. It's all there, mostly, but things have moved. A few photo albums out of order, one of Gerald's hats tilted on top of a bag instead of tucked underneath, a frame missing from the bottom corner. Nothing terrible, nothing broken, but it's not how I left it. I sit on the stool. It's got a crack now, didn't before. I shut the chest and turn the lock. Then I do something I haven't done in 12 years. I pull the key out, take it with me, and on the way down, I lock the attic door behind me. No note, no explanation, just click. Let's see what she tries next. The next morning, she tries the door. Of course she does. I hear her footsteps, quick, purposeful. She pauses at the attic. A soft rattle, then again, louder, like maybe something changed overnight. Maybe the wood swelled, maybe ghosts. Then silence. I'm in the kitchen, pretending not to notice, stirring my tea like it's urgent business. I don't even drink tea. It's Gerald's old tin, chamomile, expired. She walks past, doesn't say anything, no eye contact, no sigh, no confrontation, just floats right through like smoke. But later, I find her earbuds on the hallway table, left behind in a rush, the cord curled like a little white question mark. That night, Cecily comes over with soup and one of her unsolicited pep talks. She always brings soup when she's about to scold me, like the nutrition softens the blow. I'm not here to meddle, she says, which means she's here to meddle. I let her talk, stir the soup, pretend it's not boiling just a little too hard. Do you ever think, maybe? She starts, then stops, looks at the spoon like it might give her permission. I laugh, sharp. She's not mine to punish. She leans back like I slapped her. Didn't say she was. We sit there in the steam and clatter. I can't look at her. Maureen, she says, voice lower now. You haven't been here since Gerald died. Not really. That's not true. You barely even said goodbye. I did what I could. No, you folded, went small, put yourself in a drawer. I set the spoon down too hard. She doesn't flinch. And now you're mad someone else is opening windows. I want to scream, or throw the soup out the window, or tell her to leave. Instead, I say, she moved my photos. Cecily blinks. What? In the attic, my albums, she moved them, and Gerald's hat. Oh, for Maureen, maybe she was just looking. She has her own mother. Cecily makes that noise, half laugh, half cough. You think this is about motherhood? I grip the edge of the counter. She didn't belong in that attic. You mean she didn't ask permission? I say nothing. The silence makes its point. Cecily finishes her soup, sighs, kisses the top of my head like I'm a child, and says, You can't guard boasts, Mo. They don't stay in boxes. Dinner is a disaster before it even begins. I invite the Kelmans, neighbors, polite, boring, always compliment the food. Safe audience. I set the table with Gerald's placemats, his wine glasses, the ones with the faint gold rim. A little chipped, but that makes them better. Lived in. Elena brings kale salad and homemade dressing. She says it like an offering. It's sesame miso. Should go well with the fish. I hum.
as long as it's not too strong. Jude shoots me a look. I ignore it. The Kelmans arrive. Hugs, air kisses, sweater compliments. We sit, we chat, we pass bread.
Things go okay for about 17 minutes. Then someone, Kelman's wife maybe, asks Elena about her work, something innocent. "You were in tech, right?" Elena smiles, says yes, says she's pivoting. And God help me, I say, "It's a shame. Your mother must have worked so hard for you to experiment." Just like that. Flat voice, too polite. Elena freezes, smile still on, but it's a mask now. Jude mutters, "Mom." I sip wine, avoid Cecily's eyes. She came too. Of course she came. I mean, I continue, like some possessed idiot. "I remember you said she was a cleaner, right? In the city?" Elena sets her fork down, slowly, deliberately. Yes. And then she started her own business. Oh. The table goes silent. "You know," I add, because I can't stop myself, "some people forget where they come from once they get a little success. But it's important, that kind of grit." Elena stands. "Excuse me." Jude follows. "Elena, wait." They both leave the room. I sit in the wreckage of my own mouth. The Kelmans pretend to talk about wine pairings. Cecily stares at me like I just kicked a dog. And I scrape at my plate like it's the plate's fault, like maybe it'll swallow me. An hour later, I'm alone in the kitchen, washing dishes by hand, even though we have a perfectly good dishwasher. The Kelmans left early. Cecily didn't say goodbye. Elena's salad is still in its glass bowl, untouched. I pick up the spoon, taste it. It's delicious. Sharp, sweet, unexpected. Of course it is. I catch sight of myself in the oven door. Hair frizzy, eyes dull, lipstick gone. And all I can think is, who is that? This gray thing, this clenched, mean thing. I used to be funny. I used to hum while I cooked. Gerald said my laugh made people stop mid-sentence, said it was like jazz, bright, chaotic, impossible to ignore. Now I just bite people with compliments and call it dinner. I drop the spoon. It clatters, loud. Midnight. I can't sleep, can't sit, can't breathe in this house with all its perfect silences. I take the key from my drawer, same place I left it, still warm from the last time I held it, even though that makes no sense. I go upstairs, quiet, careful. The attic creaks like it knows me. I unlock the door. Inside, the air hits different, like it's been waiting. I kneel beside the chest, unlock it, open the lid. I reach past the albums, past the folded shirts, past the tie he wore to Jude's graduation. I find the box, taped shut. I haven't touched this one, not since the funeral. Inside, the receipt for the casket, a sympathy card from his brother I never opened, a lock of his hair, the little note he left me in the garage the day he died. "Back soon, don't wait on lunch." And then, footsteps behind me, heavy, real. I freeze. The air stills. My fingers tighten on the note. "Who's there?" I whisper. The steps stop. And then I hear her voice, soft, angry. "Why did you lock it?" She's standing in the doorway, barefoot, wearing that ridiculous sweatshirt that says "Mamacita needs coffee." Her arms crossed, not defensive, just tight, like she doesn't trust what she walked in on. Like maybe she thinks I'm up here casting spells with his neckties. "I didn't lock it," I say, and my voice sounds wrong, too high, caught. Elena doesn't move. "You did." I look down at the note again.
Back soon. Don't wait on lunch. Still creased where I folded it too fast. Like I thought if I moved quick enough, I could outrun the sound of the garage door closing. I didn't. I didn't mean to. I set it down, carefully. It just hurt too much. There's silence. One of those huge, prickling silences that fills a whole room, even though nobody moved. Then, I wasn't trying to replace him, she says, barely audible. Or you. I blink at her. What?
She steps inside, slowly. The attic light casts her in gold and shadow, and I think, for the first time, I really see her. Not just the woman Jude married, not just the one who rearranged my spice rack and argued about dryer settings, but her. I know it's your house, she says. I know it's always been your house. And I came in like I didn't care, but I did. I do. I open my mouth. Nothing comes out. Because what am I supposed to say? That I hated how she didn't tiptoe? That she didn't ask before painting the walls in that awful eggshell blue? She kneels just across from me, folds her legs like she's done this before, like this isn't sacred ground. I found the key once, she says, a while ago, in the drawer with the wrapping paper. I almost opened it then. My stomach turns. Why didn't you? Because Jude said not to, said it was your space, that you weren't ready. I nod. That sounds like him. But tonight, she goes on, after dinner, after what you said, God, Maureen, I had to see what you were guarding like that. I thought maybe it was a room full of awards or a wine fridge. I snort. Couldn't help it. Just grief and paper, I mutter. Yeah. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. Turns out it looks the same in every family. I stare at her for too long. It's rude, but it's the first time I've seen her tired. Not defensive, not smug, not charming, just worn. You know, I say slowly, when Jude was born, Gerald held him like he'd break. He was terrified, hands shaking, voice cracking. He used to read the baby books in the garage so no one would see. Elena leans her elbows on her knees, listening. I was the strong one, I say. I handled it. I had charts and bottle warmers, and I scheduled his naps like I was landing a plane. Sounds familiar, she murmurs. And suddenly, I'm laughing, really laughing. It catches in my throat and comes out like a bark, but it's real. She smiles, almost sheepish. I wasn't ready to be alone, I say, after the laughter dies. That's what this is, was, all of it. The rules, the passive-aggressive dinners, the laundry wars. I figured. I wasn't ready, I repeat, softer. And taking control is the only thing I know how to do when I feel small. She nods. Me too. That lands like a soft punch to the gut. I nod back. We sit like that for a long time. Two women in the attic, one clinging to the past, one dragging her future in by the roots. Then, footsteps. The attic stairs creak. Jude. His head appears in the doorway, hair messy, eyes tired. What the hell, he breathes. You both up here? He steps inside like he's afraid we'll vanish if he moves too fast. Didn't expect to find this, he says, gesturing at us. You talking. I shrug. It was time. Elena glances at me. Her hand brushes against a photo beside her. Gerald holding baby Jude in the yard, sprinkler going off in the background, both of them soaked. We were just, she starts. Looking, I finish, letting it breathe. Jude nods. He doesn't ask what is. He leaves after a minute, leaves the attic door open. Elena and I don't talk much after that. We put the photos back. I let her touch the tie.
She runs a finger along it like it might hum. When we go back downstairs, the house feels different, like we shifted something underground. In the kitchen, I open the junk drawer, the real one, not the fake organized one I keep for show. I pull out the second attic key, hold it out. She stares at it. What's this? You tell me. A beat. Her fingers curl around the metal. She doesn't say thank you. I don't expect her to. Later, when the house is quiet again, Jude grading papers, Elena probably scrolling through rental listings, I knock on the guest room door. Her room. She opens it. Thinking about repainting this one, I say. The pink's a bit much. Her eyebrows raise. You want help? I shrug. If you have time. She steps aside. You pick the color? God, no. She smiles. Then yeah, let's do it. I walk in. The room smells like eucalyptus. Not my scent, but not unpleasant. She closes the door behind me. Doesn't lock it. Doesn't need to.